Hi Scorpio, Jen here. I'm going to do your reading. It is Friday the 13th. If you're new here, my name is Jen. I give intuitive readings. I am a spiritual lighthouse and I give guidance. If you're back again, thank you for having me. I truly appreciate it. I went ahead and shuffled your cards already. Scorpio, you put out my candle. So we're going to see what that's about. It could have just been that the candle went out. And when I tried to shuffle it, it was like giving me a little bit of pushback too, just a little bit. But again, it could just be a coincidence, or it could just be that I was picking up on your energy. I'm going to go ahead and pull your past energy, which is the catalyst for your current energies. And then we'll get what's coming towards you, pull some guidance cards, and then end your reading. So let's go ahead and protect this reading from any trickster spirits, negative spirits, spirits that aren't for Scorpio's highest and greatest good. Let's go ahead and picture a nice bright light that protects this reading. Take a deep breath. Exhale. And let's go ahead and start your reading, Scorpio. Recent past. 5 of Cups in reverse. Okay, so you're definitely letting go of some grief. You're letting go of the notion of, you know, that saying of spilled milk, crying over spilled milk. For some of you, there's a feeling of gratitude. I get that this was a little tough though. You definitely put up a fight when it came to this. It's almost like, I feel how I feel, but I know I have to heal from it. But I feel how I feel. So it was almost like a feeling of getting over grief, but also trying to hold on to it too. You were kind of torn between healing and moving and holding on, so to speak. That's the energy I get, not only from the card, but intuitively and from spirit. This was a long time coming, and I think for some of you in the recent past, you have turned that around. You realize that although I have 3 cups that have spilled and whatever has happened, I still have something to look forward to. I have 2 cups here that are absolutely fine. They're not broken. They're filled. And I only have 2 hands, right? So I have more than enough. You know, I can definitely grieve over this, whatever this may be. I can mourn over it, but then I can turn around, take my cups and move forward with that. So bravo to you, Scorpio. But I do get a sense that it was a bit of a struggle for you. You were definitely kind of going back and forth between trying to move forward and heal and kind of being stuck in that energy of grief and mourning. So your current energy here is 6 of Wands in reverse. You don't really feel, for some of you, I'm not getting that you don't feel celebrated from the outside. You're not giving yourself enough credit, Scorpio. I think you've done a lot of work, and I think there's still more work to be done. But it's as if you don't feel like you've done any work at all. It's almost like you feel like you've made 10 steps forward, but you feel energetically that you're still at step 1. You've made progress. But I think for some of you, in order to kind of see that progress, it has to come from the external. And what this card is showing me and what energy I'm picking up and spirit is giving me is that the celebration, the validation, it needs to come from inside. Okay, it can't come from the outside world. You can't expect the world to say, bravo, Scorpio, you've done a good job, or even be recognized for it to seem real. That's what I'm getting. It's almost like you've done so much work, but you kind of feel ignored, or you feel like it's not being celebrated or acknowledged, so you feel as if you haven't done any work at all. And you have, and we're gonna see where this is coming from. So what's coming towards you, Scorpio? Yeah, you see the 10 of Swords in reverse. You're letting go of that pain, and I think you're probably still in the middle of that, but that's coming to an end. There's gonna come a point where you're probably gonna be, and excuse me if I may, literally like sick of yourself. Like, you know what, Scorpio, get it together. It's almost like you're gonna give yourself a pep talk. Literally pull those swords out from your back and get up and just literally be like, enough, you know, because 10 of Swords upright, that's that realization that comes in, right? It's almost like, okay, I'm defeated. It is what it is. I got stabbed in the back. It hurts. You know, and you're still in that energy, but in reverse, you're coming out of that energy, and it's almost like, all right, and now I'm not going to sit here and play dead all day. Let me get these swords from my back and just start from the Ace of Swords, which is clarity, which is truth, you know, and it usually comes after a painful realization, right? And I think that's where you're kind of going towards. You're not there yet because this is what's coming towards you, but I think what's kind of keeping you stagnant is that feeling of, I need someone to validate, you know, I need someone to validate my feelings. I need something external, and if it's not someone, it's almost like a sign or something external that validates growth, and you don't need that. So let's clarify the 5 of Cups. Burden. Okay, there was some sort of burden that you had to put down, and this might have been, again, it was a struggle. You were definitely holding on to something that was doing more harm than good. It was literally weighing you down, and you almost was like, I don't want to let go because I'm almost at the finish line. But you had to let go of it. Or at the very least, maybe if you needed help, you didn't want to ask for help. I'm getting a lot of what's the word? Like stubborn energy, like, no, I got this, or, you know, I'll get over that, just, you know, I just need more time, or, you know, that kind of energy, like a struggle, like a back and forth with yourself, though. This could have to be at work, or just with a passion of yours, or just, you know, very personal with yourself with the 5 of Cups. Just a struggle of going back and forth with yourself, but it definitely was weighing down on you. It was definitely a burden. So let's see your current energy. Page of Wands. There you go. You have the passion. You see it, but because you're not getting, again, that external validation, or maybe, you know, someone validating for you, you feel like it's nothing at all, and it is. You know, this is you. The Page of Wands is in its infancy. It's a new passion. It's a, you know, it's very confident energy too, because it's fire energy. But again, with the 6 of Wands in reverse, it's almost like only you can see it. And Scorpio, that's all that matters. If no one else sees it, you see it. And because it's in its infancy, and because it's starting anew, I think there's more emphasis for, like, look, you know, kind of like, look what I have going on. But this is a very personal journey. Whatever this is does not require the group chat. It's not for everyone. This is a path that you have to literally go on your own. And it will come, you know, people will start to notice the change in Scorpio. And then what will end up happening is, at that point, you don't need the validation, and you don't need the help, you don't need the acknowledgement or any of that. But there definitely is an energy here of newness with confidence. But I think it's almost like either you're not getting the support or the recognition from the external, but it's still there. Like I said before, you did 10 steps forward, but you feel like you're still at 1 energetically. I think for some of you, you need to kind of look down and see the step that you're in. It's almost like I literally see, because my guides give me images like a flash of a camera. If they're like stepping stones with numbers on it, you're at number 10, but you don't realize that, because either your head is in the clouds or you're looking around for other people to tell you you're at 10. You just need to look down and see, wow, I'm at 10. How did I get here? When did I get here? You have to really acknowledge that you have grown, and there is growth, but that only comes from within. So clarifying the 10 of Swords in reverse. Yeah, you let some things in the past, some trauma, childhood issues, and that's what's coming towards you. I'm not saying that's happening now, but that's what's coming towards you. You're really gonna lay this thing to rest. And like I said, you know, Six of Cups gives me nostalgia, memories, childhood, things of that nature, old friends, old schools, you know. And if this is where that is stemming from, I do see that, you know, coming towards you in the current energy, which is great because it does show progress. You're going to end up putting that to rest. You're going to end up saying, okay, enough is enough. Like, all right, Scorpio, you got to pull yourself up by the bootstraps, and realize, okay, this is in the past. This is what happened, but I can't let it define me, and I can't let it keep me from moving forward or even acknowledging how much progress I've made. So let's go ahead and get some advice cards here. You have the Hangman in reverse. I think you have done all the clarity, all the, you know, surrendering that you needed to do, or maybe you still do need to surrender and kind of become more enlightened to kind of get that message through. The Hermit, yeah, Virgo energy. Now is the time to really introspect. Now is really the time to go within. Like I said, this is giving very personal. It's not really for the masses. It's not really like a public PSA. It's not for the group chat. I don't even see it being something that needs to even be shared in therapy. This seems like a very personal path that you're going through right now, that is only meant for you to walk. Sometimes the universe, God, you know, whoever you believe in, he gives us blessings that is only for us, is not to share with anyone else. And it may seem very isolating and alone, but sometimes you are all you need. And you can still have support. I'm not saying, you know, isolate yourself and shut everybody out. You can still have that support, but it's almost like support from a distance, almost like guardrails, or like, let's say if you're, you know, I'm getting the image of a trampoline and you're jumping freely and there's still like a net